Ladies and gentlemen, it breaks my heart every time I see these beautiful babies on my screen. But I'm going to tell you guys, I remain strong because I know that these children need their stories told, because what they went through is just, it's something we can't even imagine. These babies can't speak for themselves. They cannot defend themselves. So they depend on us. And I think the best way that we can try to prevent these tragedies going forward is that we learn about these, we understand what the mistakes are, and actively prevent when we can, and every moment that we can, prevent these type of tragedies from happening. And a lot of times we have to start at the root. And the root cause for a lot of these situations is people acting dumb, making really bad choices in life. And it's usually because they have a lessened self-worth about themselves. That usually starts from home, starts from birth, and it starts from us having a bunch of children really only to collect benefits off of those kids. Then we don't have fathers in the home, so we call them broken homes, when in all actuality, these boys don't have a semblance as what a man should be. And it's really difficult. I'm not saying it's impossible for a woman to raise a man, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close. Because what you're looking at is a bunch of these zombies running around. They don't value themselves. So if they don't value themselves, they're going to go out into the world and wreak havoc on your communities. This story comes out of Tampa, and there are 5 suspects, maybe more, but for now, 5 suspects who are going to be held accountable for the death of this one beautiful baby girl. And I got to tell y'all this story. I'm going to say some things that are not going to sit well with your sensibilities. So if you can't handle that, I understand if you need to exit the channel. But for everybody else, that's your disclaimer. You're here on your own volition. The suspects face charges in the August 22nd slaying of Suni Bell, S-U-N-I, Bell, B-E-L-L, shot to death from another car as she was riding on East Hillsborough Avenue. An unintended target. A grand jury has indicted 5 pillars of the community. 5 people who wouldn't do a thing wrong. Free Pookie, free Ray Ray. Free my dogs. They don't need to be in jail. They just didn't do nothing. These didn't do nothings on my screen, right? A grand jury indicted them on August 22nd in the slaying of Suni Bell, who was a 4-year-old Tampa girl who was shot to death from another car as she was riding on East Hillsborough Avenue. I can see it dropping out. Hold on. All 5 suspects have been taken into custody by U.S. Marshals Florida Regional Fugitive Task Force, Tampa police said in a news release. Here's the part where y'all might get a little pissed off. Let me get their names pulled up here because I want you to understand who's who. Let's take a look at these pillars of the community. They were identified as Zevante Sampson, 30 years old. Quandarius Hammond, 28 years old. Jalen Bedward, 22 years old. James Denson, 24 years old. And Andrew Thompson, who is 22 years old. And I want y'all to look at those faces. And I know they say you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but damn it, screw that. I want y'all to look at this book. See if I can get it back up here. And I want y'all to judge this book. Look at those faces. Let me see if I can get a bigger picture on the screen. This is not doing it justice at all. Hold on. Let me see if I can get a big old picture up here. How about this? How about that? I'm going to give him some shine right now on my channel. I want y'all to look at this. The dude in the top left corner is Zevante Sampson, who's 30 years old. What type of crack was his mama smoking when she gave him that name? Like, Did you really think that he was going to be successful in life with a name like Zivante? Huh? How many Zivantes do y'all know in this world that are doing something positive, that work in corporate America? Not some entertainer, not some rapper, not some football or basketball player. I'm talking about somebody who gets out there and works a job, works at a company, does something positive outside of entertainment. Zivante. What a horrible garbage name. You knew he wasn't going to grow up to be nothing. What about the dude in the bottom right-hand corner? How about that? How about that? Y'all ready to get mad yet? Can't judge a book by its cover. You shouldn't judge, Just Jay. Kiss my ass. There's a dead 4-year-old girl. Kiss my rear end, okay? Kiss me where the sun don't shine. Y'all tell me how many people by the name of Quandarius. Quandarius? How many Quandariuses do y'all know who are positive citizens of the community? How many Quandariuses do y'all know that are good fathers, doing something positive with their life? How many Quandariuses do y'all know who work in, let me see, he's what? 28 years old. I was already working as a manager by the time I was 28 years old. Quandarius. Quandarius. Quandarius sounds like the type of name that would do a drive-by shooting that would kill a 4-year-old little girl. That sounds about right. If I had to guess a name of somebody who murdered, they say, yeah, this happened in Tampa. And what do you think the names were, DJ Just Jay? I would say, oh, probably a Zavante, a Quandarius. Some type of stupid ass name, yeah. Because y'all wanted him to be unique and stand out in this world. Well, they do stand out. They are some standout criminals. How about that? If you don't like it, whatever. The indictment accuses all 5 of first-degree murder. Y'all know what that means. Life in prison, potentially the death penalty. First-degree murder and the slaying of that beautiful baby right there. And that baby girl looks like that she was probably going to grow up and do something amazing. Sweet-looking little baby. I've got some really good pictures of her. Look at this. Y'all look at that baby's face. I would gladly take her in as my daughter and be proud of her. Beautiful little girl. This is so sad. All 5 are being charged with first-degree murder in the slaying of that baby and attempted first-degree murder on a different victim in the case. Conspiracy to commit murder and shooting into a vehicle. Well, what else would you expect from Quandarius and Zavante? Huh? In addition, Hammond and Sampson are charged with attempted murder on a 3rd victim in this case. But they say that it's the white man that I should fear. But like Tupac said, it's my own kind that's doing all the killing here. Why should I be scared of the police? Why should I be scared of this alleged white supremacy? Why should I be scared of people who don't share my skin color when it seems like the people who do share my skin color? And I want y'all to notice from this picture. Look at that picture because that's the perfect picture. Let's go back. Tell me that that little girl is not the same exact skin color as those fools who are being charged with her murder. The irony. The irony is so thick you could cut it with a knife. In addition, Hammond and Sampson are charged with attempted murder on a 3rd victim in the case, and Hammond and Thompson and Denson are charged with discharging a firearm from a vehicle in public. What do y'all bet the chances are that the people they were trying to actually shoot and kill probably also share that baby's skin color. Pretty ironic. This baby, Suni, was riding in a silver sedan on Hillsborough near 43rd Street at about 9 p.m. on a Sunday night when a dark-colored vehicle drew up alongside and began firing, police said. The car crashed into a pole, and her mother later realized that the girl had been shot. Suni was taken to a nearby hospital where she passed away. Police released little information about the slaying, but it did not appear that Suni was the intended target. And I also have to believe in this case that the car that was shot up was also not the intended target. As you know, these fools can't shoot. They've never been to a gun range. They have no aim. They don't know how to own a weapon, possess a weapon, be responsible with a weapon, let alone aim and fire a weapon. So yeah, they're going to hit a whole bunch of innocent people. This ain't got nothing to do with gun laws. This has to do with fools with guns. What do I call it? It's not gun violence. It's thugs with gun violence. Thugs don't follow the law. So what do strengthening gun laws matter for people who don't follow the damn law anyway? The little girl was just about to start her first semester at school, and they robbed her of that. I remember when my baby started her first day of school. I was there. I have pictures and everything. It's a damn shame. I'm so mad right now. My hands are shaking. Might not look like I'm mad, but I'm really upset. I'm getting really worked up. Police credited the work of the department detectives with developing enough evidence for the state attorney's office to obtain an indictment. The charges come 6 weeks after the shooting. I think 6 weeks is pretty good, especially when you compare it to places like, Chicago, where 80% of the murders go unsolved. I say 6 weeks is acceptable. That's pretty damn good. They said today's indictment represents a significant step forward in the effort to hold Suni's killers accountable and deliver justice for her and her family, police said in a news release. The Tampa Police and the Hillsborough State Attorney's Office will continue their work to identify and prosecute everyone involved, and I do hope they get everybody, including the people that were being shot at. I would love to see them get caught too, because they know a whole lot about what's going on here. Police from the outset enlisted help from the community to find the killer or killers. 4 days after the shooting, they went door to door in the area, and we have video of that. I will show you that video here in just a moment. In the area of East Tampa where the shooting occurred, handing out flyers to each person who answered and hanging them on doors if nobody was home. And if you have information, they pleaded, come forward. And I think the community did that. So shout out to the community of Tampa. I think they did the right thing. Accompanying, I can't say this word. Accompanying over 24 officers were Suni's family, community leaders, State Representative Diane Hart, and State Attorney Andrew Warren. Police said at the time they had received a number of tips, but none were the right tips. And that's okay. At least they were trying. I like that. I like the effort. We feel confident that people know what happened to Suni on Sunday night. During the same week, a reward for help in solving the case was increased to $9,500. Detectives believe others may have been involved in the shooting and are still seeking help from the public. And again, I think that the people who were being shot at know something too. Arrest them all. I don't give a damn. Arrest them all. Anybody with information is asked to contact Crime Stoppers of Tampa Bay at 800-873-TIPS. And I want you guys to remember this. Next time, it could be your kid, one of your loved ones, or your family members. It is everybody's responsibility to clean their neighborhoods up. Don't be like Beirut. Don't be a prisoner in your own damn homes. Get rid of the criminal element. Let's be adults and let's stand the hell up. Give you guys the fair usage. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. All right, come on, guys. It's time to take out the trash. Let's get it. And if you guys are listening to my voice right now, do me a favor. Please, 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 out of Suni's memory, please give her a virtual hug and click that thumbs up. Share her story because we want more people to hear what happened to her and how we can prevent this, okay? Let's get it.
Four-year-old Suni Bell's casket being pulled away in a horse-drawn carriage after family and friends said their final goodbyes.
It was a celebration. It was a celebration for a princess, and we needed that.
LaShawn Timms is with an organization called 813 Stop the Violence. She was at Suni's funeral to show support for her family and their push for justice.
We need some help because I sit in trouble because yet still we have no justice for Suni, and Suni was 4 years old.
2 weeks after the girl was killed in a shooting on Hillsborough Avenue, the Tampa Police Department hasn't made any arrests.
Please, if you've seen something, say something.
Look, I'm gonna tell you guys, our channel has a ton of views on it, and I've heard people tell me, we're not going to give you credit for see something, say something. I know I didn't create it, but y'all know they say there's nothing new under the sun. But I personally like to believe that once we started pushing the AFC message, hashtag see something, say something became real. And people use it all the time. I don't give a damn if people want to give me credit or not for that. I'm going to take my credit for that, all right? I'm not going to let nobody break my stride. I'm not going to let nobody hold me down. Hell no. I got to keep on moving. Let's hear that again. One of those AFC quotes. Hashtag see something, say something.
Shooting on Hillsborough Avenue, the Tampa Police Department hasn't made any arrests.
Please, if you've seen something, say something. If you've seen something, say something.
The Tampa Police Department hasn't made any arrests.
Please, if you've seen something, say something.
I love it. And I love the way that she said it, to be honest. Love it. So some of y'all are saying y'all heard it here first. And it's all good, man. Like I say, I mean, y'all know I'm kind of facetious when it comes to that. But still, I do like to think that our message is getting out there and spreading. Somebody's listening to our videos. Somebody's listening. But remember, this is not a me thing. This is a we thing. And the quicker we can push this message of love and respect for children, it don't just help me. It helps everybody. It helps us all. It makes us a better world. It makes us a better community, right? Everybody across the world can understand that very simple message. Protect all babies. Babies' lives matter. That's what the t-shirt says. This is the new hashtag BLM. The new BLM is hashtag babies' lives matter.
Please.
The Florida Attorney General's office says it will reward someone $9,500 who comes forward with information that leads to an arrest.
We're still out here fighting for justice. We want peace. We want answers. But at this time, the family are still grieving.
The family is out.
I know it looks politically correct for people to wear their mask, but if you're going to do an interview, please take your freaking mask off. I hate when people do that. That's so dumb. That makes me mad. I can't hear nothing you're saying. Take your damn mask off if you're going to do an interview, or just don't do an interview. Sheesh.
Asking for the community's support at this time.
They just ask that you please keep them in your prayers. They ask that you keep this family lifted up, her brothers, her sisters, her mom, her dad, her grandparents.
Hoping an arrest is made to bring them some sense of closure.
I also want to point out something else, and I don't know if you guys caught this. Did y'all hear her at the beginning when she was like, please, please, we need help out here? She said, please. I want to point something out to you guys. You know how they just recently had this whole campaign talking about hashtag defund the police? Well, what if you were actually able to take away funding and take away support from the police, but yet you want to utilize police resources, their effort, their man hours? Don't you think that's a little bit hypocritical that you want to ask somebody to do a job and probably go above and beyond their job title and their badges, but you want to take money away from them? You want them to do it for less money than they were already getting from the jump, which ain't a whole lot of money to begin with? It's also another level of hypocrisy. We talk about it all the time. I've been pushing that message, probably for about a year now. But that's also why I say this is a perfect example. Don't ask those people for help if you're going to be saying that all cops are bad and you need to defund the police. Refund the police. I started that. Thank you, Sorrowful Angel. Refund the police. Don't defund them. Refund them. Let's get it.
Breaking news. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Wendy Ryan.
And I'm Paula Gronin for Jameson. Big developments here tonight in the murder of a 4-year-old girl. Her name's Suni Bell. And today,
or your oldest child, I should say.
Investigators have arrested several people in connection to her deadly shooting. Lauren St. Germain in the studio right now with what we're learning at this hour. Lauren?
Within the last 2 hours, we learned authorities arrested 5 people. Tampa police tell us Zavante Sampson, Quindarius Hammond, Jalen Bedward, James Denson, and Andrew Thomas were all indicted for the first-degree murder of Suni Bell. She was killed on August 22nd near Hillsborough Avenue and 43rd Street while riding in a car with 2 adults. Authorities say a second car drove up on them and started shooting. We spoke with a family friend, and he told us what these arrests mean to Suni's family.
I wanted to address something in the chat real quick. Somebody said defund police isn't actually about defunding the police. It's about changing procedures and educating. I'm a big person on words, and words should mean something, right? So if defunding the police isn't about actually defunding the word, it says defund police. But we don't actually want you to defund the police. Just never mind. Just, hey, look, I feel you. I feel you. I guess words don't mean anything.
It's a good day. It's a good day for the family. They can now heal. They can now begin to go through this process of, trying to get themselves back together.
The pastor also thanked Tampa police for all the work they did on this case. Detectives do believe others may be involved in the case and want anyone with information to come forward and call Crime Stoppers of Tampa Bay. We have that number for you on our website, abcactionnews.com. Our team is on the story tonight, working to talk with people close to Suni. Look for their report coming up tonight on ABC Action News at 11.
Thank y'all. Thank everybody for the prayers.
But first, an emotional thank you from the grandmother of a 4-year-old girl whose death sent shockwaves through a Hillsborough County community. The reason detectives say they're still looking for answers, even though they've now charged 5 men in this case. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Wendy Ryan. Jameson has the night off. New tonight, the family of 4-year-old Suni Bell is one step closer to justice now that a grand jury has indicted 5 people for her death. That little girl died in a drive-by shooting last month. ABC Action News reporter Sarah Hollenbeck joining us live at the Tampa Police Department. And Sarah, I know you just spoke with Suni's family tonight. How are they feeling?
Suni's mother and grandmother tell me that they're both relieved as well as grateful for the community. And now their main focus is on getting justice.
Thank everybody for the prayers. Thank everybody for just being so honest about everything. I just thank God.
It's been a heart-wrenching month for Suni Bell's loved ones, wondering who would shoot into a car on East Hillsborough Avenue, hitting and killing 4-year-old Suni, who is sitting in the back seat.
Tell me how that worked out for you.
We miss everything about it. Just Suni. Her name speaks for itself.
The U.S. Marshal's Office arresting 5 men, Zavante Sampson, Quindarius Hammond, James Denson, Andrew Thompson, and Jalen Bedward. We're choosing to identify the men because of the high-profile nature of the case and because Tampa police believe there may be others connected to the shooting, but who haven't been charged.
They have to pay for what they did. They have to pay for what they did. Every court date, everything we in it, like, however it go, they got to pay for what they did.
The community and detectives spending 6 weeks canvassing nearby neighborhoods for clues.
I just want to thank the police department. I want to thank the mayor, the city council, everybody that played a part in bringing these people to justice.
Community members hope the arrests send a strong message about the damage done every time someone chooses to hoist a weapon.
Young men, young women, please be sensitive to the decisions you make, because your decision could change the whole world if you're not careful.
Suni's family grateful they're now able to move forward.
And I always knew this day was going to come. I didn't think it was going to come as soon. Thank you, Jesus, but it did.
If you have any information about others who might be connected to this case, you're urged to call Crime Stoppers, and we will, of course, follow any developments out of the courtroom regarding this case in the near future. Reporting live in Tampa, I'm Sarah Hollenbeck, ABC Action News.
But we begin with a news alert out of Tampa, where a grand jury has indicted and charged 5 people with first-degree murder after shooting and killing a little 4-year-old girl, Suni Bell. She was shot and killed while sitting in her mother's car back on August 22nd. It happened near the intersection of 43rd Street and Hillsborough Avenue. At the time, investigators say a car pulled up next to her mother's car and then just started shooting. And they said they were trying to shoot her mom. Now, those 5 men have also been charged with attempted first-degree murder. Hold
on, let me rewind that. That might be some new information. Hold on. Let me back that up one time.
Up next to her mother's car and then just started shooting. And they said they were trying to shoot her mom. Now, those were shooting, and they said they were trying to shoot her mom. Up next to her mother's car and then just started shooting. And they said they were trying to shoot her mom.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why I like when criminals tell what's really going on. They actually told you, and y'all can get mad if you want to. Let me see if I can show y'all the mom again. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get the mom back up here. This is the biological mother, Mary Harrison. That's the mother of Suni Bell, from what I understand. They just admitted that they were aiming for her. Because I thought about that. Because I said, let me not say that, because maybe they were shooting at something else and hit this car. No, they actually said they were aiming for her. Now that turns this story completely upside down, and now my whole train of thought is completely different. Wow. Wow. I was not expecting that. I'm sorry. Because I didn't watch that video and listen to it all the way through. I missed that detail. I was like, damn, did they really say that? Let me hear it again.
Degree murder on another person in this case that also been charged up next to her mother's car. At the time, investigators say a car pulled up next to her mother's car and then just started shooting. It happened near the intersection of 43rd Street and Hillsborough Avenue. At the time, investigators say a car pulled up next to her mother's car and then just started shooting. And they said they were trying to shoot her mom.
They said they were trying to shoot the little girl's mom. This woman. Now you have to ask yourself, why would 5 black men attempt to try to murder one black queen? What the heck? And I thought about that. I looked at her face. I was like, why does she look like that? She don't look sad. She don't look distraught. Like, she looks kind of nonchalant. Does she not? Let's watch her interview again and y'all tell me, does she not seem to be nonchalant? I thought that the second that I watched this, I was like, damn, she seems kind of emotionless. Let's watch it again.
It's arresting 5 men, Zavante Sampson, and Jalen Bedward. We're choosing to identify the men because of the high-profile nature of the case and because Tampa police believe there may be others connected to the shooting, but who haven't been charged.
They have to pay for what they did. They have to pay for what they did. Every court date, everything we in it, like however it go, they got to pay for what they did.
Does she not seem nonchalant to y'all? She seems very nonchalant, very kind of matter of fact about it. Does she not?
Been charged.
They have to pay for what they did. They have to pay for what they did. Every court date, everything we in it, like however it go, they got to pay for what they did.
They said they were aiming for the mother. Y'all get mad if you want to for the people watching this on the replay. They said they were in the thugs who shot her car up, were intending to kill her.
It happened near the intersection of 43rd Street and Hillsborough Avenue. At the time, investigators say a car pulled up next to her mother's car and then just started shooting. And they said they were trying to shoot her mom.
We can cut it right there. I don't know what the mother was involved in or why they would aim for her, or maybe she was dealing with somebody that they were trying to get a message through. I don't know. But that raises a huge red flag about whatever the mother was involved in. Was she involved with one of those guys in a relationship? That could have sparked this. But you also have to think about this. Why would 5 entire human beings, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, let me get this up on the screen so y'all can see this. Somebody please tell me, since a lot of people tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know the full story. DJ Hughes don't know what Hughes talking about. Why did Zevante, Jalen, James, Andrew, and Quandarius, why did these 5 men attempt to take this woman's life and face the risk of life in prison? What the freak was she involved in? Who did she piss off to the furthest point of pissivity? Who was she involved with that caused this? That sounds like an execution. That sounds like hired guns. Thank you for who said that in the chat. Nothing about that sounds right. And I'm going to tell you guys, for that information alone, the mother actually needs to be investigated, if nothing else. I'm not saying she needs to be arrested, but she needs to be investigated, because I think there is a damn good reason why these men are saying that they were gunning for her. And I think for that reason, she needs to be held accountable for putting her daughter in this messed up situation. So whatever the mother was involved in, I honestly don't know. But whatever she was involved in, or whatever she was attached to, for whatever freaking reason it was, cost her baby her life. That is not my words. That is according to what they said. And the fact that these men thought that little about their own life and their future and themselves, that they would do something like this and just ride out with the consequences, that lets you know how bad their mentality is. And their mentality is bad because I told you guys, they don't value themselves. The stuff that y'all hear in these rap songs is it's a self-reflection of how they feel about themselves. Forget about being a product of your environment. You can grow up and become something great if you have enough self-worth. And none of these dudes have any self-worth. I would love to find out what the mother was involved in. This is just the beginning. This just happened. We're going to get to the root of this. Guarantee you guys we're going to be doing a very, very big update sometime soon. So if y'all know something, if you saw something, please say something. You can email me if you guys know more deeper about this situation. If you know family or friends or somebody who's attached to this situation that could put this into more clearer context, email me at theafcmatters@gmail.com right down here at the bottom. And hopefully we can give you guys the real story. There's a hell of a lot more to this. But Either way it goes, they still need to suffer for what they did. But this baby didn't do a damn thing to anybody. Beautiful little princess. Young Suni Bell, young princess. R.I.P. That sucks that this world failed her in this way. And we're going to get justice. And we're going to get you guys the real story. So make sure you guys tune in. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Click the like button. Leave your comments if you have to. My email gets full. If you absolutely have to, email me if you absolutely have vital information to this case. I love to talk to you, okay? From my heart to yours, I love you all and thank you for listening with an open mind as well as an open heart. Please remember that DJ Just Jay and the AFC, we believe that babies' lives matter and babies' lives should matter first. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed night. We'll see you guys on the next stream, okay? Peace.